Welcome to reality. You're now on the Code of Mind channel. Today I want to share a thought with you that is capable of changing anyone's perception of life. We are used to believing that time is a straight line. There is the past, which is behind us. There is the present, in which we live. And there is the future, which is only approaching. From childhood we are taught exactly this way. First there was, then there is, then there will be. But more and more researchers, scientists, and thinkers assert, this is an illusion. Time does not flow from the past into the future. In reality, it moves from the future into the present. What does this mean? It means that the past, as we imagine it, does not exist. It is merely a recording, a trace on a film strip that we are constantly looking back at. It is not alive, it does not move. It resembles photographs in an old album. They are frozen and will never change again. The future, on the contrary, is alive. It already exists right now. It is like a river that moves toward us, pours into us, creates our now. We do not walk forward along the road of life. The road itself comes to us. We do not build the frames of our movie. We discover them. And this is where the most interesting part begins. If the future already exists, it means it shapes our present. We do not drag the weight of the past behind us, trying to take a step forward. It is as if we are standing still and a whole massive array of events is rolling toward us like a huge wave. Now look at life from this angle. All your meetings, conversations, twists of fate, these are not coincidences and not chaos. This is an already finalized script that is coming toward you, and your role is not to rewrite it, but to consciously live it. To change the mood of the picture, the shade of the moment, the depth of the experience. Do you understand what a freedom this is? You do not need to endlessly torment yourself with thoughts like, what if I turned the wrong way? What if I made a mistake? More, what if I missed a chance? You haven't missed anything, because the movie of your life has already been shot, and it has a denouement. And one more important detail. This does not mean at all that you are a puppet controlled from the outside. No, it means that you are both the viewer and the participant in your movie. The script is already ready, but how you live it, with ease or with pain, with trust or with fear, depends only on you. This discovery breaks the habitual view of life. It tells us, you are not walking in the dark into the unknown, you are walking toward yourself, toward your own steps that have already been made ahead. Imagine your life is a finished movie. Not a rough draft, not a sketch of ideas, but an already completed film strip. It is shot entirely, from the first frame to the last. All events are already there. Your victories, your downfalls, meetings with people, moments of loneliness, love, mistakes, and miracles. And right now you are not creating the movie anew, you are merely watching it. Every morning is a new scene, a new episode that opens up for you in the present. You do not write the script in the moment. You step into a frame that is already prepared. But here a paradox appears. If the movie has already been shot, where then is the freedom? Where is the choice? The answer is simple. The choice is in how exactly you will live this scene. Imagine an actor who was given a script. The words are written, the plot is known. But the actor can deliver the line with despair or with a light smile, can play the role of a victim or a strong person, can make it empty or fill it with light. It is exactly the same with us. Yes, the event will happen, but what it becomes for you depends only on your internal state. The exact same situation can be a tragedy or a turn for the better depending on what meaning you invest in it. And this is where the real miracle lies. The movie of your life is shot, but the camera continues to listen precisely to you. You are the director of shades, the director of mood. You can rewrite not the facts themselves, but the energy with which they arrive. Because think about it, even the heaviest moments in the past, if you look at them now, no longer seem so destructive. Time has passed, and you suddenly understand that it was precisely this pain that led you to growth. It was precisely this loss that opened new doors. It was precisely this mistake that became a bridge to something greater. It means each frame initially carries a meaning, but you choose whether it will be bright or dark for you. And if life is a movie, then you have the privilege to watch it not as a victim but as a creator. To watch with trust that each subsequent episode is already full of meaning. And instead of fearing the unknown, you can sit in the viewer's chair with anticipation. I wonder what happens next? This is why many spiritual practices teach to let go of control. Because control is an attempt to rewrite the tape, but the movie is already shot anyway. Your power is not in changing its plot, but in revealing the depth of its scenes. Have you ever caught this strange feeling? I have already been here. I have already seen this. I have already heard these words. This is déjà vu. Science explains it by memory glitches, a skipping of neural connections. But if you look deeper, it is something completely different. Déjà vu is a signal from the future. It is a moment when you literally collide with your own version coming from the already shot movie. After all, if time moves not from the past into the future but vice versa, from the future into the present, it means every event has already occurred. And sometimes this signal breaks through the veil of perception. For a second, you sort of feel that the future has already touched you, and this awakens you. Think about it. Why is it precisely in such moments that you suddenly become conscious? Why does a slight sense of wonder and even awe appear inside? Because it is a hint, it is a marker, a checkpoint, like in a game where the system gives you a save point. Here is an important moment. You are on the right path. Remember it. You could say that déjà vu is a conversation between the future self and the present self. As if you yourself come from tomorrow into today and whisper, look closer. Here is a turn. Here is your choice. Here is your chance. And this is exactly why now in our time, so many people are sensing an awakening. After all, the closer humanity gets to turning point events, the more frequently these signals penetrate through the thin fabric of perception. Yes, the script is written, but déjà vu is like a reminder that you are not just an extra in someone else's movie. You are the main character, and if the plot has already been shot, then it is you who decides what meaning to invest in each scene. This also explains the phenomenon of mass awakening. People are beginning to see the lies, notice the glitches in the system, and sense the absurdity of the scripts imposed from the outside. Because the signals from the future are becoming stronger, we are beginning to hear ourselves. And the more often you catch these moments, be they strange coincidences or random phrases that come as answers to your thoughts, the closer you are to your source, to the one who has already traveled this path, to yourself, from the future. Why are so many people waking up precisely now? Why is there so much talk about consciousness, about quantum physics, about the non-linearity of time? Because the script has reached its critical point. The future, which already exists, is literally knocking on the present, and we are beginning to hear this knock. The Matrix works by the laws of repetition. Day after day, year after year, people live with the same thoughts, the exact same fears, desires, and habits. Energy drains into routine, but the more energy goes into the template, the stronger the system begins to vibrate, and at some point, the fabric of the familiar begins to crack. This is why right now there are so many strangenesses, coincidences that are too precise to be accidental. News that looks like a badly written script and people who suddenly begin to ask questions that just yesterday seemed impossible. This is not merely a fashion for spirituality or esotericism. This is a process of going beyond the limits of the linear perception of time. Many are understanding for the first time, we do not move in time. Time moves through us. And if that is so, it means the future is not just already there. It is seeking contact with us so that we realize ourselves as creators. Awakening is not an accident. It is a stage built into the script, as if the entire movie of humanity was leading up to this moment. Imagine, millions of people are beginning to catch the signals. Some see the repetition, others feel internal impulses toward change. Still others are beginning to understand that the old rules no longer work. All of this is a wave, and this wave is changing the collective consciousness. But here is the main question. What for? So that everyone remembers that they are the intersection point of the future and the present. And it is precisely now when the matrix is cracking at the seams. Everyone has the opportunity to step out of the role of a victim of the script and become the author. If the future already exists and is moving toward us, it means we can learn to hear it. This is not magic and not a fairy tale. It is a tuning of attention. Try a simple practice. Close your eyes and ask yourself the question, what if everything has already happened? What do I feel right now? Usually, the mind will begin to race. How can that be? Nothing has happened. I need to try hard. I need to fight. I need to achieve. But try to push these voices aside. Listen deeper. There, beneath the noise, is stillness. It sounds like a quiet yes. This is the signal. The future is already there and it is still. It does not worry. It knows that everything is going according to plan. Another way is to observe déjà vu. Instead of brushing it off as we are used to doing, try to stop at that moment. Freeze. Feel your body, your breath, the space around you. In this instant, your version from the future has given you a hint. Look closer. You are on the right path. And now, the most important thing, emotions. The future comes to us not through thoughts, but through feelings. If you imagine what you desire and there is anxiety inside, that is the wrong script. If you imagine it and there is a quiet yes inside, it means the picture has matched. After all, thoughts can deceive, but emotions are the language of the future. A simple technique. 1. In the morning, set the picture of the day. For example, today I live easily, calmly, everything I want works out for me. 2. Catch the signals, meetings, coincidences, the words of other people. 3. In the evening, review the day, compare what matched. Over time you will notice. This is not a play of the imagination. This is code. You are communicating with your future. And the more often you catch these signals, the more clearly you will begin to understand. You are not flowing with the current. You are the current itself. If we accept that the future has already happened, then life turns into a movie. The script is written. The scenes are shot. The editing is done. But there is an important detail. It is you who decides who you will be in the story. You can be an extra who simply walks past, dissolving into the crowd, or you can be the main character, the one who lives their role vividly, consciously, and with pleasure. The future is nothing to fear. It is not an enemy, not a trap. It is a hint. It sends us signals through coincidences, déjà vu, unexpected meetings. And if you learn to notice them, you will understand. Everything is going exactly as it should. Life is not about fighting, straining, and surviving. Life is a movie where you have already won. And the more you accept this, the easier it becomes to breathe. Thank you for being with me on this channel. I wish you the best possible branch of reality. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Take care.